Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you are new. For those of you who haven't been here before, hi, my name is Brie. I am a Sims content creator and also a Twitch variety streamer on Twitch. I already said that. But yeah, welcome in. I do a lot of speed builds on this YouTube channel, as well as other gaming content and variety sort of style gameplay as well. So if you enjoy any of that sort of stuff, feel free to subscribe and leave a like so I know that you guys are interested in this kind of content. As you guys already know, we are actually recreating the Pancakes household in The Sims 4. I am doing a Let's Play series on my channel, and from that, I have decided that I want to create a save file. Now, the save file is very much in the early stages, but I've started to create new townies and redo some of the lots that are already in The Sims 4, specifically the base game worlds as well. So I wanted to try and sort of get that going a little bit before moving on to some of the newer expansion pack worlds. So I decided that I was going to start on the Pancakes household. I wanted to keep the original feel and shape of the traditional style home that they originally live in, but pretty much bulldoze the entire lot from the beginning. The floor plan of this took me a while. I decided pretty early on that I was going to basically recreate the entire Pancakes household, and I was actually going to create a slightly different narrative to what is already available in the Sims 4 base game, just to create a little bit of variety for those who want to download my save file. And the townies are going to be the same, but they're also going to be slightly different as well, which I really like in save files specifically, where, you know, it's the same kind of vibe as the original game or the original world or the original family, but it is also different, and it gives that sort of difference in gameplay and difference in everything to do with the world. So that was sort of the plan from the beginning with this house, and also just this save file in general. So please, if it looks a little bit different, or the household looks a little bit different, that is why, because I wanted to create something slightly different, but also not. Think of it like base game elevated. So yeah, the original house was obviously quite grand for only 2 Sims, so I thought, okay, let's do a grand house, a very family home style traditional home, but we're actually going to add in some kids. So that's sort of where the basis of this build came into play. As well as the colors, I've completely changed it. It's completely black and white, but the inside is very traditional in a sense. So you'll see that in a bit as we go through. This is the main sort of shape of the build. It doesn't really change very much from here. And same with the floor plan. The floor plan is pretty much complete now. So now it's just about decorating and changing all the colors and everything like that. But of course, this is for the Pancakes household, or the Pancakes family. They are a base game family, or they were a couple, but you'll see later, I do a little bit of Kaz and I changed that. But I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about the original Pancakes household if you guys have never played The Sims before and you've just stumbled upon my channel. So the Pancakes family is a pre-made household featured in Willow Creek from The Sims 4 base game. So it consists of the couple Bob Pancakes and Eliza Pancakes. According to the Sims wiki, which is on sims.fandom.com/wiki, that's the website that I'm reading this information from, they may loosely be based on the newbie family from the original Sims, as in both households, the husband is named Bob, while the wives' names, which is Eliza and Betty, are both derived from the same root name, which is Elizabeth, which is super interesting. I do love it when Sims games and Sims lore specifically transcends the Sims games, especially because my first Sims game realistically was The Sims 3. So to see some similarities in some of the games is really cool. It also says that the appearances as well are very similar to the newbies. So I wonder if that's actually the case. I wonder if the Sims team have actually said that this is the reason why we did this and everything. I think the newbies as well were in Sims 3. I think it says here that they are in the Sims 3. Oh, they may be loosely based on the Andrews family from Sims 3. So that is the Sims 3 version of them. As of February 2nd, 2017, an updated version of the Pancakes family can be downloaded through the gallery from the official Maxis account that introduces Bob and Eliza's son, Iggy. The three appear in a Dream Home Decorator pack reveal trailer, and they also appear in an updated version of the Spa Day trailer. So they did add in a toddler called Iggy, and the original family itself is very interesting, and specifically the traits as well. So if we go on to the more information about the traits specifically and everything like that, obviously Bob and Eliza are married, and then the version of the sim that I'm talking about, they also have a son called Iggy as well. So if you go into the characters themselves, we can see their traits. So traits for Eliza, we'll do Eliza first. She is materialistic, she's neat, and she's a perfectionist, and her aspiration is mansion baron. Therefore, her extra sort of trait is going to be business savvy as well. They add some extra information about it as well. But we can look at sort of a little bit of a bio situation here, and it says that the family bio implies that Eliza and Bob's marriage is an unhappy one. Contrary to what the biography states, they have the same starting relationship as any other married couple when actually played, though their trait conflicts which may cause later problems in their marriage. Their house also has 2 separate bedrooms that seem to be decorated for Eliza and Bob respectively, possibly implying that they sleep separately, which isn't always a bad thing, to be honest. Like, it's very modern of them, but it is also a bad thing if the reason why they're sleeping separately is obviously conflicts in their marriage. So I find that stuff to be really interesting. The Sims definitely does create a lot of, I guess, depth in some of their character creations. But obviously, as always, we still do have a missing piece occasionally with this sort of stuff as well. So if we go into Bob's traits, he is a slob. He is gloomy, and he is a loner, and he wants to be a master chef, and he gets that bonus trait from that aspiration being the essence of flavor. So this is where I started to create a new storyline for the Pancakes household. I decided that I wanted to hone in on the fact that Bob really liked cooking, and I wanted to create this sort of stereotypical chef-like aspiration for him, and that's where I sort of changed the traits. So his new traits, he's got foodie, he also is a chef, so I did even add in some careers for these guys as well, which is super important, I think, personally, for save files when you're adding in extra sims or changing the original sims, to add in a few traits, or change their traits, sorry. Add in a few skills, add in a few careers and things like that, just to beef out the content more. I don't want to download a save file where I still have to play every single household. I want to be able to just plop whatever sim or whatever household I want to play in that specific save file and just be able to continue playing. Obviously, over time, the sims are going to change, they're going to have kids, whatever it may be, and eventually it will end up being that there won't be, pre-made sims. The pre-made sims won't have any traits or personality, but I think The Sims is definitely updating, and any sort of mods that you have as well can really help with that as well. Now, again, with those personalities in mind, I then wanted to obviously create Eliza to be more of a happy wife, potentially, because now Bob's traits aren't as horrific as what they were before. Obviously, most people in this situation, or I know most people who create save files, obviously do want to try and keep similar narratives, but I don't know, I just felt like the Pancakes are such an iconic family that I couldn't do them any more justice than making them this happy-go-lucky family. So, as I said before, Bob is now a master chef. He wants to be a chef, he wants to cook, he's really good at cooking. And Eliza is almost like this sort of stay-at-home mum kind of situation. She's still very much materialistic. She very much still wants, you know, the attention from her neighbors. She wants all eyes on her kind of thing. But she's obviously still that, you know, wife that Bob always wanted in the original version of this family. And then I've also gone ahead and I've actually created some kids for them as well. So for the most part, the kids are pretty stereotypical, very generic, and depending on what packs you have for this save file, they could also go to school, you could even date them. So things like this is really important, I think personally, for a save file that's going to be specifically built around gameplay, which is what my save file is inherently going to be. I'm super excited to share more versions of the updated homes for this save file over the next couple of weeks and months. Again, it's going to be a super slow process. I have almost every single pack, and so I don't want to overdo myself and, you know, set an unrealistic expectation on when this save file will be ready and available to everyone and for you guys to play and download. But I will say that over the next year or so, I will be looking into it more. I will be editing it more, and just every single day almost trying to add on 1 or 2 extra builds to be able to get this ready, potentially maybe this time next year. But again, I don't want to put the pressure on it too much either. So yeah, as you can see, we've moved into the kitchen. We've actually started furnishing now. I started with the outside a little bit, landscaping, all that jazz. And now I've moved into this downstairs area. It's very open. It's very large. I was very overwhelmed by it. I'm not usually one to build really massive builds. I'm very much a small person or small house kind of person when it comes to The Sims. But I actually really had a lot of fun sort of trying to find ways to fit everything in while also filling the space in a nice and non-clutterish kind of way. My thought process was that the Pancakes potentially might have just moved into this home. Maybe they purchased it a couple months ago. So they filled in the spaces, but it's not super lived in yet. I'm also using a platform here, as you can see, for the TV unit. It's inside of the chimney, but I thought it would be a nice little like nook to like put the TV on. So I don't know. I thought it was a bit different, but yes, obviously this whole house is base game only. So this was really tricky for me. I normally do restricted packs, but I've never done a restricted pack build to the point of literally only using the base game. And it was really great. It was really cool to see how I would use these items on a regular basis, and also the style of the base game itself and how it can go from being so modern to so traditional, and how those can tie into play as well. Now, a couple of things to note while we go through and furnish and color all of these items is throughout the video, you might notice a few parts that have been cut. I did stop a lot in this video, and so I had to take some time in making sure that the video was pretty smooth and everything was being shown, but also not super long either. So just keep that in mind. As well, you would notice that I have added in some gallery items that are completely 100% base game. They are 100% able to be used without any CC, but it is just creators or other simmers who have created these. So as you can see in the dining room, I've got some artwork that's actually from the gallery, but I've clipped out all of the sections of me actually finding this stuff on the gallery because it's a bit boring and obviously it's not really useful in the video. So just keep that in mind. If you guys want to know where I found this sort of stuff, or if you want a specific gallery item, let me know, because I'm more than happy to try and find the creators. I did save it in my library, so I can go back and give you guys the name or the link or whatever. But I just basically I went into the gallery and I just searched artwork, and then a bunch came up, or later on in the video I use shelving items. So I literally just looked up shelves, and then I put in any of the respective, what is it called? Like, not traits, but I don't know what it's called. Like, I put in like the pack limitations, like I said, like base game only. So then I wasn't obviously going to get you know, a shelving unit or an item that was going to be in it from a different build, because obviously you wouldn't be able to see it if you didn't have that pack. So yeah, that is what I did. So if you do sort of notice that occasionally there's like some weird cuts in the video and then all of a sudden there's like a painting on the wall or there's like a shelving unit somewhere, that's what that is. And I'm not shying away from pretending like I built those or made those. I didn't. They're all from the gallery. They're free to use. There are some amazing creators out there that have graciously made massive amounts of packs or sort of like similar-ish styles of shelving units and artworks, and it's just amazing. It's so good. So I would seriously recommend you guys looking into that if you get a little bit stuck for decorating, because honestly, I could not be bothered to spend hours and hours on tool mod trying to create these shelves. So I'm very glad that someone else has done it for me. And I'm excited to sort of continuously use this sort of stuff because it's almost like CC, but anyone can use it. It doesn't matter if it's in your build or not. It's not going to disappear. Speaking of tool mod, you would have seen already countless of times that I have actually been using the tool mod to resize everything. If you do not have tool mod, it does not matter. Those items will still be downsized. They will still be in the correct spots, all that sort of jazz. But just keep in mind that if you wanted to get it back to that same size, if you accidentally say resize it or delete it and then bring it back, you will need the tool mod. So just keep that in mind. But I've been really enjoying using tool mod specifically for paintings and carpets or rugs. It's so good because you can get the perfect size for a bed or a room, depending on the size. And it's just amazing. I don't know. I was sleeping on tool mod for a while and I finally got it and I could not be happier with my purchase. It's free, but you know that saying, like, anyway, I couldn't be happier with it. The downstairs is pretty much almost done now. We're just adding in some more of those paintings and everything like that. And I'm very happy with what I've made downstairs. So downstairs has one bedroom and it is going to be their daughter's room. So the Pancakes now have 3 children. Forgot to mention that before. I added 3 kids, which seems like a lot from a household that, you know, barely wanted children and were on the verge of a divorce. I think I did pretty well with adding 3 children in. So they have an eldest son who is a teen. They then have a middle daughter who is a child, but she's almost like borderline teen. But I think her room is still very childish, so I made her a child. And then they also have a toddler son as well. So yes, 3 kids. That's why I think it's the stereotypical suburban family. You know, the dad's kind of famous, like, you know, he's pretty well off. Mum is, you know, the stereotypical stay-at-home mum, goes to lunches every other day with her girlfriends, and then, you know, the big family with the kids. So I made the son sort of into sports and is really like the jock almost vibe of the family. The daughter doesn't really have a lot of personality yet because obviously she's still a child, but I would imagine her to be maybe potentially creative. And obviously the toddler, you can't really get any sort of like trait personalities from a toddler. So realistically, if you played with this family, you could essentially make these kids whoever you wanted. But that was kind of the vibe I was going for. That was the story, as we say, for this family. And I'm just super happy with it, honestly. Like, I'm so proud of myself that I was able to get this far into such a large build in The Sims. I'm very proud of myself. As you can see with this shelf, there was a lot of items on it that were actually not base game, but I really liked the design for this room and for that space specifically. So I ended up changing a lot of it and I got rid of a lot of the add-ons and stuff. So as always, with my builds, it's fair game. If you don't like a part of the build, just get rid of it when you download it. All of these builds are going to be individually available on my gallery as well. So if you didn't want to download the whole save file, or because the save file isn't actually available to download yet, you couldn't wait for the save file and you actually really do like the build, you can download it whenever you want. It's on the gallery. I upload my builds pretty regularly once I've actually finished building it, so you'll potentially even get a sneak peek of new speed builds that are coming out in the next couple weeks, because I kind of bulk build usually. So that is something that I am very happy with in the terms of my ability to make content. is my ability to just have fun building every so often and just bulking them up. So yeah, I did actually build this a couple weeks ago. So my memory is slightly blurred on a couple of details, but I'm actually really proud of it and it looks really good. So not to toot my own horn or anything. Speaking of content as well, over the next couple of weeks, I am actually going to Europe. By the time you see this video, I have not yet left yet, but it is the start of my bulk recording / bulk editing stage before I go away. And I will be scheduling videos every single Friday, or whatever time zone this video came out, that's when it will be scheduled to. Every single week, it's going to be a couple of different styles of builds, a few apartment builds, a few save file builds, a few renovations, different things. I sort of know what I'm going to be planning to do. But yeah, I'm excited for my trip. I'm going to be gone for 4 weeks. If you guys haven't already, follow my Instagram and join my Discord, which both of those links are in the description. Actually, as a matter of fact, while you're down there, give this video a like and leave a little cheeky comment. If you've made it this far, comment the pancake emoji and anything else you would like to add, or just the pancake emoji, so I know that you guys made it this far into the video. That would be amazing while you're down there having a look. But yes, all of my links are always in my description. Any of the links that I've spoken about before, also my origin ID, things like that. But yeah, I'm going to be updating the, what's it called? The Discord pretty regularly, and also my Instagram as well. So yeah, hopefully I see you guys there, honestly. Would love to catch up with you guys in that sense. But yeah, we're coming slowly towards the end of the video here, actually, as a matter of fact. And I am going to go into some character creation. And I'm going to love you and leave you guys with this character creation. You guys can see my thought process behind this family itself. You can see me sort of edit the Sims and then also add in some kids for them as well. I'm going to do my final roundup, and then you guys can enjoy the music and chill out for the rest of the video. Thank you all so much for watching and getting this far through the video. If you've gotten through this far, again, comment a little pancake emoji so I know that you guys watched up until this point of the video. Give the video a like and also share the video with your friends if you would like as well. Again, content is going to be coming out every single week over Christmas and New Year's and while I'm away, and also into the future as well. But I really do appreciate the support on this video specifically. I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful time zone, and I will catch you guys next time. Goodbye! Bye.